Well, I have 4 specific areas that I've asked legislators to look at and to include in a bill that they would send to me. We have to address our enforcement concerns and make sure that we're adequately funding this program if we're going to stand it up, and the enforcement needs that we need to follow through on. Also, there's transportation issues, how people will legally transport it through the state, registering the products, licensing those individuals who are growers, and making sure that we're doing that properly and adequately funding it. So those 4 guardrails that I've put forward are reasonable. They have been guardrails that we've identified over the course of the last year, seeing what didn't work in other states, what challenges they faced when they rushed into the situation. We now have the federal guidelines which we can use and have used to make sure that we're making good decisions in this area. And we also know that the situation has changed around us as well, with one of our tribes now getting the green light to go ahead and to grow hemp. And with states also legalizing the product, we have to deal with transportation issues. I think this is the most responsible path forward in making sure that we're addressing the concerns, but also allowing an opportunity for us to go forward unified and really solve this problem. Yes?
Follow up to that question. Just in the your guardrails versus the bill that's come out, there is a discrepancy on which agency will be doing inspections, enforcements. Is that, or do you want public safety to be doing it as opposed to Department of Ag, or is that negotiable?
I do. I want Department of Ag to be doing the registering and the licensing, but I want the Department of Public Safety to be doing the inspections and the enforcement side of it. They're the best equipped. They already have an inspection branch within the Department of Public Safety, and they will be out there doing other enforcement and inspection activities anyways, and I think that makes perfect sense considering this is a unique commodity that will have different challenges than other typical agricultural commodities will in the state.
So in the interest of being proactive, I'm willing to sign legislation that does the following. Number 1, it has to include reliable enforcement guidelines. I've detailed some of those requirements in a document that I released last week, and the one that is of particular interest to me is what impact decriminalization of hemp will have on other criminal drug prosecutions. Second, it must include responsible regulation regarding licensing, reporting, and inspections. And it will involve a minimum land area size and an appropriate fee structure for the application, the annual license, and the inspection. Third, a person must have a permit and any other documentation and paperwork for the transportation of it. And for those who transport it without the right documentation, there must be suitable legal consequences. And fourth, if you add up one-time and ongoing costs, I believe this will cost a little bit around $3.5 million. There has to be a plan to pay for this. Now, given all that we need to accomplish this year, if this is going to get done, my hope is that we can do it in the coming days so that we can focus on other